Donald is many things, all of them bad, but one thing he is not is savvy when it comes to international relationships or how to behave on the international stage. In fact, time after time after time, he has made a fool both of himself and America when dealing or attempting to deal with international affairs. This weekend marks the 6 months of his term, and Donald is trying to trick Americans into believing that America is more respected than ever. He actually said, quote, "Today, the USA is the hottest and most respected country anywhere in the world," unquote. But as much as Donald likes to pretend that we're number one, thanks, of course, to him, the rest of the world and those of us in America who are still sane disagree. Now, the extent to which the world reviles him and us has been made clear again this week. First of all, he has a trip to Scotland planned on Friday, and in anticipation of that visit, he has received an unbelievable amount of pushback. Also, Donald went after Canada, once our closest neighbor and friend, again. Here is CTV News with the story.
Patricia, BC Premier David Eby, whose office received the audio of these comments, says the remarks show these efforts to stand up to Trump are having an impact. Many in Ottawa say Trump's rhetoric just strengthens their resolve to buy Canadian and boycott travel down south.
We have Genevieve here out of Montreal.
At Maker House, the push to buy Canadian is as strong as ever.
We're up still double last year this past week. So even after Canada Day, the push to buy Canadian is sustaining. The current upswing is more people finding the value in keeping their money in their community.
That's what drew this couple in. They're visiting from Cambridge, Ontario.
We usually like taking trips to the States because there was so much to do, so much to see. But now we've been finding that going to places around Canada is a lot better. We just really like supporting, Canada right now. And so we've been avoiding the States for the moment.
Trade tensions heightened after U.S. Ambassador Pete Hoekstra said this at a conference in Washington State.
Canadians staying home, that's their business. I don't like it, but if that's what they want to do, it's fine. If you want to ban American alcohol, that's fine. There are reasons why the president and some of his team refer to Canada as being mean and nasty to deal with. Okay, because of some of those steps.
I think Trump is Trump, and we listen to him, and then we just let one thing, what he says, go through one ear and out the other.
I don't know. I just feel if he's calling us nasty, it's projection. That seems to be a bit of his playbook, constantly throwing names and calling names and whatnot.
I don't know about you guys, but it's almost a cliche that Canadians are known for just how mean and nasty they are. Give me a break. I mean, they make Minnesota nice look mean. Canadians are known for being the most polite people on the planet. So the fact that Donald's irresponsible, unilateral, unprovoked, and bizarrely disastrous tariffs and attacks on Canada are bringing Canadians together and benefiting their communities is just a wonderful thing. The fact that Canada is coming together to oppose Donald and to show America that they don't need us, it's clearly getting under Donald's skin. Hence his calling Canada mean and nasty. Even British Columbia Premier David Eby agreed, saying that most Canadians were proud to stand up to Donald. Proud, and they should be. And also, just a reminder, it's not hard because he's pathetic. It isn't just Canada. Many other countries have no respect for him or us at this point because we reelected him. So let's get back to this trip to his mother's homeland, Scotland. Scottish residents are making it abundantly clear in advance that they don't want Donald there, and they are not going to pretend otherwise. One way they're showing their distaste for Donald is by trolling him where currently it hurts most, by associating his Scotland golf course with Jeffrey Epstein. Protesters left a message at Donald's golf course in Aberdeenshire with a sign that said the course was, quote, twinned with Epstein Island, unquote. Even non-Americans realize what a mockery Donald has made of the office of the presidency, especially as the Epstein scandal gets worse and he tries so desperately to pretend it's a thing nobody needs to pay attention to. The stunt was staged by the political group Everyone Hates Elon, which is exactly how I describe international relations when it comes to Donald. Everybody hates him. It's not just residents who are objecting to Donald's visit. The Scottish police are signaling major concerns over the visit as well. As it turns out, the White House, because they're a deeply incompetent group of people, is completely unprepared and just days out from the visit still had not given the police of Scotland any insight into Donald's visit that is supposed to be, apparently, according to the Oval Office, quote, as big as the Queen's funeral, unquote. The Scottish Police Federation is raising red flags over the scale of Donald's visit and additional pressures that will be placed on officers. They're not even sure what the visit will entail, and have said the police force is unable to pinpoint specifics of the visit because they do not yet know Donald's movements. Typical of him, Donald is going to show up unprepared. He's going to leave everybody else unprepared. He's going to make a scene, and he's going to make life harder and worse for everybody around him, and then leave like it never happened. And if he leaves a trail of destruction in his wake, well, that's not his fault. It is not the most important thing in this particular moment, but the fact that the United States of America, because of the person 74 million of us put back into the Oval Office in November of 2024, is a colossal joke around the world, and that America's standing has suffered perhaps irreversibly, is something that should concern all of us. Before we go on, just remember that we here at Mary Trump Media are not corporate media. We don't bend the knee, and we are not now, and we never will be for sale. We expose the lies the Trump regime wants buried, and independent media survives because of you. So please like and share this video, and if you believe in our mission, please subscribe to our channel. UK protesters are prepared to make Donald's visit as unpleasant as possible. Good. Everyone Hates Donald was busy in London this week, too. They plastered a huge poster of Donald and Epstein on a bus stop near the U.S. Embassy. Take a look. They also posted a video of the installation with this caption, quote, "It would be such a shame for Donald if this photo of Donald with Jeffrey Epstein appeared absolutely everywhere on his tour of the UK. It would truly be such a huge shame if everyone donated to make that happen," unquote. Yes, wouldn't it be? Another UK protest group, the Stop Donald Coalition, announced that they would be holding several protests against Donald's Scotland trip. In August, they plan to meet J.D. Vance's family trip to the Cotswolds with resistance. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators, climate protesters, and trade unions are reportedly joining forces. One organizer told The Telegraph, quote, "J.D. Vance is every bit as unwelcome in the UK as Donald Trump. We remember how Vance cut short his ski trip in Vermont because he was so enraged by the sight of a few protesters. We are sure that even in the Cotswolds, he will find the resistance waiting," unquote. The Stop Donald Coalition was behind the mass protest during Donald's 2019 England trip. They unveiled the baby Trump balloon, which became a symbol of resistance. That is quite a likeness. Anyway, clearly their feelings about the fascist in the Oval Office have not changed. So I'm curious what they have in store for Donald this time around. Donald, who has no self-awareness and no insight into himself at all, and at least on the surface of things, believe that he should be able to do anything he wants and get away with anything he wants, actually believe that he could force his will on other countries, like his unilateral and disastrous tariffs and many, many other horrible policies, right? He actually believed that he would be able to do this, harm our allies, and that they would just sit there and take it. But instead, what's happened is that his reputation is gone. Everybody hates him. Everybody understands what an abject and utter failure he is. And it is America's reputation that will suffer the long-term consequences. Please take a second and like and share this video. It'd be awesome if you could subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to us in podcast form, please follow us and give the show a 5-star rating because it really does help other people find our content. Thanks.